Hey, what's up everyone? I hope you're all having a wonderful day or night, but for now, let's get into the video.
If you're a boy, keep scrolling. Hey girls! So basically, I wanted to make this video because I have a really creepy male following, and low-key, it's a little bit my fault because at the beginning when I started to post TikToks, I posted a lot of like thirst traps and stuff, and they got a lot of views, and now I'm in this predicament where I want to talk about like fashion and relationships and life advice and clothes and makeup and hair and but I don't have a girly following, and it sucks. So it'd be really cool if you wanted to follow me and Iconic to drown out the loser boys. Um, just a thought. Okay, thanks for watching. Love you, bye! Mwah.
As it turns out, when you have nothing smart to say, just begging for women to follow you doesn't really work. And when you admit you're using thirst traps to gather a male following, and then you start bashing them for following you, you kind of lose those one as well. So basically what I'm trying to say is actions do have consequences.
I know this is gonna piss so many people off, but there's a popular saying on the Chinese internet says, even a top tier man is just an average woman. Someone wrote, a man who doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, doesn't cheat, doesn't gamble, no criminal records, stable job, cooks, cleans, emotionally stable, respects others, kind to his family. Isn't that kind of a man so rare? But honestly, every one of my female friends meets that standards and more. So yeah, even the best man is just an average woman. Oh my gosh, Shakespeare could never. And it really makes me think of the double standard that society has for men and women, especially when it comes to parenting and marriage.
Yeah, I really don't care. Like, oh my god, some woman wrote something and like must be true. Well, something else came out of China recently. They brought up a law saying that if you divorce because you no longer feel sane or whatever, you get to live with exactly what you brought in. No longer destroying men in the divorce, no longer taking everything they ever worked for. How's that for Shakespeare could never?
This is the patriarchy. This is not the matriarchy. Patriarchy, not matriarchy. This. This is the matriarchy. Matriarchy is not just the patriarchal structure with the genders inversed. It's a different structure. I hope that helps.
Yeah, well, it doesn't. Well, I mean, yeah, of course it doesn't. Care to explain why that is or isn't? No, of course not, because that would require arguments, and you have none. Matriarchy with some, I don't even know what that is, but it says the vulnerable. You protect the vulnerable, or you are the vulnerable. Yeah, I know that would still require explaining, and you didn't get that far into your own brain. The other ones are children and future generation. What future generation? You're talking about all the childless ladies on TikTok claiming or bragging their child free or something? Are they the ones we're supposed to rely on for the future generations? Or are you maybe talking about the ones that used to shave their heads a while back? I know, or at least I hope you're not talking about them when it comes to future generations.
He's an Aries sun, Aries moon, Sag rising.
I don't speak that language, but I've heard Aries and that's good enough for me. Run.
Come here. You wanna hear this one. A surprising amount of women are turned off by men these days. Mission accomplished. They are not independent and they are not choosing to be alone. It's about them giving up on proving that they're worthy of love or that they don't really want to breathe in the toxic air anymore. They've tried that and they rather be alone and keep their peace than invite more chaos to their life and more emotional damage. They're done with this. And it's not about unrealistic expectations. It's about women finally realizing what men have to offer and what can they bring to the table. And they decide that, well, whether loneliness isn't easy, but it's much more difficult to cope with a toxic behavior, a halfway committed man, and rather keep their peace than going through all this chaos and the damage afterward. We have also a lot of men who are not sure what they're looking for, whether it's someone that can mother them or someone that they can project their insecurities on, or maybe they want to be married but they don't really want to be a husband, or they're not really sure what they're looking for. Are you with me on this one? Let me know down below.
Well, of course I am. So much wisdom and yet you're on TikTok. Women know exactly what they're looking for in a relationship and yet by some weird coinky dinky they get married and then 70% of them file for divorce. And men somehow they have no clue what they're looking for in a relationship. Sure, I mean why not at this point? We'll go with that. But care to explain why that is? Maybe they're looking for a mother or maybe they're looking for something else. Yeah, that's not good enough. I'm gonna need more. What do you base your narrative on? Your own opinion? Yeah, like I've said, so much wisdom and yet you're on TikTok.
This is just a real and healthy reminder that this is what choosing yourself can look like too. And it's messy, and it's not attractive, and it's not aesthetically pleasing. I know that we see a lot of polished, put together videos of people going, I'm choosing myself, and I love that for you. This is also the reality of being in a situation where you have to pick yourself.
Oh no, the poor little lady is sad. Can't believe a stupid TikTok is gonna make me use the N-word, but this is the highest level of narcissism. Let me set my phone on a tripod, let me set the lights just right, let me wait until I start crying, let me choose the exact sad music I'm gonna play on the background and I'm gonna try to look for sympathy. I don't care. You are not choosing yourself, you're not a good person, you're just a selfish, always putting yourself above others just because you are selfish. For that alone, I could not care less what you're going through. People who are genuinely going through some emotions of whatever kind, the last thing that goes through their mind is recording themselves and put that on the internet.
Can't even trust what guys have on their dating apps. For example, there's a guy that I swiped on and then we went on a date because his profile said he was emotionally intelligent, he's done the work, he's grounded, he's present, he knows how to be a good partner. Had all the buzzwords. Went on a date with him, talked about how he hasn't been dating the last 2 years, he's been in a men's circle for the last 2 years, learning how to be a great partner, learning to heal from his trauma, all great stuff. Had an amazing first date. I left being genuinely excited about this guy. The next week, the conversation was a little dry. We weren't really able to line up our schedules. He kind of lives far away. And I actually tried to end things because I just felt intuitively like something was off. So I sent him a message saying, hey, we live kind of far apart. Our schedules don't really line up. Maybe this isn't a good idea. He's like, no, I really like you. I want to go for it. Let's do it. We can do it. I believe in us. Let's do lunch next Wednesday. Today's next Wednesday. Wednesday rolls around. We picked a place yesterday. I text him saying, hey, what time tomorrow? Never heard anything. Wake up this morning, day of lunch. He never responded with a time. Sent him a text and I was like, hey, listen, I really value communication. That's something I absolutely need when I'm dating and in a relationship. You're not giving me that. So I wish you the best. No response. This is a man that's talking about how he's been in a men's circle for the last 2 years working on himself and how to be a good partner and how to be in his healthy masculine. And this is how you act. I don't believe anything anyone says. It's exhausting.
Yeah, that's a bummer. Well, I mean, you can always believe me when I say I'm the biggest a-hole you can possibly deal with. And it's fine you don't want to deal with someone like me because that comes with me telling you no whenever you go off the reservation. And who would want to hear the word no? And then you go on a dating app and you choose the guy who has emotional available or blah 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 on his dating app profile. And all I have to say to that is shout out to all the F-boys on dating apps. They're crushing it and they don't even care. And if I'm completely honest, they're not even the worst type. The worst, well, I'm gonna show you two of them that I think are in fact worse. And maybe you can let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree.
How my boyfriend of 3 years was able to break up with me, move out the same day, and is now currently pissed off if I try to reach out to him. Like, he's mad at me. And, like, we didn't have, like, a bad relationship. We got along for the most part. We just got into a fight. And then he just left, and now he literally hates me.
This is an easy one. One, he left you for another woman. That's exactly what he did. That's why he moved out so fast. Two, she doesn't want you contacting him because she'll get mad. So she's telling him, if you talk to her, we're done. So you speaking to him is putting his current relationship in jeopardy. That's why he's so mad at you. And three, I bet the fight that you had, he started it. He needed a reason to get mad at you, right? And leave. That's why. And that's what happened.
That's a bold statement. That's what happened. You actually have no idea what happened. And the way she described their relationship was we got along for the most part. And just from that, you got that he had another woman. But this guy paints his fingernails, so I bet he also has emotional available in his dating app profile. So you know what, ladies? It's all yours. Go crazy. Now for the second one, another guy will respond to him, so I'll just shut the hell up.
Is there any sport where women outperform men? Was having a debate with friends the other day, and we couldn't think of one. Let me be the first to suggest that that's probably because you and your friends are remarkably incurious misogynists.
Just love how you completely misunderstood the point on purpose to make that guy look like a even though he asked a very simple question. In what sports do women outperform men? And the first thing you did was insult the hell out of him, because obviously that way he will listen to what you say. And then he gave 3 points. The first point being that a female athlete is going to be better than the average man that doesn't train. Oh my god, like, no sh**. The second point was that because one woman won in the 1950s, then men had to split women because they were afraid. You know, even though men were winning in all other sports, they were afraid because they lost once. I mean, they lost once, therefore we need to split women. Not to help them, but because we are afraid. And let's be real, it's really not sexist to understand the differences between men and women. Men, on average, are going to be faster and stronger. Women, on average, are going to be more flexible. We are just built different. We are not the same, and that's okay. And have you ever thought about, instead of attacking someone because they asked the question, to actually explain it to them like they were normal human beings? Because if you want to change their minds, do you think it's a very good tactic to insult them first?
Stop telling your daughters to find a good man. Stop telling your friends, stop telling your sisters, stop telling yourself that you're going to find a good man. Stop it. Just stop it. And the reason for that is because, number one, we are decentering men. That is not what life is about. Life is not about finding a good man. As a cisgender.
And that's where the conversation ends. My daughter and in fact every other woman in my life, they are in fact women. They are not cis nothing. And apparently these ladies here didn't get a memo. They are not really listening to the older bitter evil queens on TikTok trying to feed them apples. Look at them go, they're not decentering no men.
One of the most notorious sex predators ever in the United States of America. And they asked him, they said, what made you target or what made you go after a specific child? He went after boys, girls, black, white, Hispanic. It didn't really matter. He went after them all. There wasn't a specific demographic he focused on. And the most amazing thing he said, I looked at the father. And if the father wasn't a threat, I would go after that child. That blew me away. He didn't even look at the mother. He looked at the father, and if the father wasn't a threat. So I've started telling him, hey, be a threat. That's a good thing. If you're a dad.
One thing that has surprised us about Europe is the caps don't come off. So you don't lose it. Come on, America.
Literally a genius.
Genius. You don't lose it. Genius. Cheers.
See, this is exactly why I keep telling you Americans to stop letting your women go outside your borders. Everyone and their mother in Europe hates that, and we consider that to be in fact the most retarded ideas, and everyone hates that retard that came up with that idea. But oh no, you don't want to listen to me, and before you know it, you'll have that exact same thing back home.
Why is there salt on my floor?
Because witches can't cross salt, and I'm playing Call of Duty.
But it worked. It worked. I gotta give it to the boy. It worked. She didn't.
Well, of course she didn't, because witches can't cross salt. Yeah, but anyway, so a while back, American decided to say, yeah, baby, we are the And unfortunately for them, all that British could do was, oh, these stupid Americans. And now that everyone hates me, let me try to sweeten all this. Back in 2016, the support for feminism was at 63% in the state. Today, that's down to 35%. Worldwide, it's down from 60-something% now to 39%. So, since Americans are celebrating 249 years, I believe, since they started with a yeah baby we are the happy 4th of July, by the way, maybe the support for feminism being at 39% worldwide will give everyone else outside of the US a reason to celebrate something. Either way, as always, all I want to say is thank you all so much for watching, stay safe, and I will see you in the next one.